wash me over until my will runs dry. Send all your sins all over me, baby.
At first, with Zach and Bliss, right, I was thinking, first of all, Bliss needs to leave this man alone. Like, what do you mean you're saying yes to the game? Like, you just do it. Bliss, get out of there, Bliss. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, oh no, Bliss, don't do this. But not gonna lie, Zach has kind of won me over because I feel like he allowed his insecurities to rule his decision making. And he was so afraid of not being accepted by Bliss's family that he judged them, and essentially he cancelled her and her family out before he could even meet them because he was too afraid of the rejection. So he just had to reject her for him. So that he doesn't feel
why did he choose Irina then?
Because Irina, he felt at least there was similarities between them. He felt like she would never judge him. And I think there's almost like a sense of relief at the thought of being with someone that you know will never judge you. Whereas with the potential of being essentially rejected, like, because deeply, like, being rejected by someone you love's family, and then like potentially like living around that, being around that type of vibe,
constant reminder, yeah.
And like obviously say you're not good enough, you'll never be good enough. I think he was just scared of like having that rejection, and unfortunately Bliss's dad, he's a very jobless man, like talking about, oh, you don't
play golf, you don't fish.
It's not even that, like he's just like
that was literally his first question to him.
He's very dumb.
And he was like, okay, so you're not into sports.
He's quite selfish. He's not trying to get to know Zach on a level.
And he just gave up on getting to know him after those basically. 2 questions.
I felt very like hurt for Zach because it's not nice to be rejected by the person you love's family, especially like because like even though like sure like you may get the approval of the rest of the family, but that like it's not nice just feeling that aura. Did you feel the aura? The room just felt like suffocating.
You're just in the room and you're like, oh,
it just feels awkward.
That's why he went to the toilet. And I think even coming into the pods, remember he said to everyone, I'm a stripper, just to see their reaction, because we wanted to know their reaction because his mom was a stripper. So he has that want to be accepted, and not being accepted by the person you love's family, who is part of them, who are part of raising this person.
And it's like even if like they make up, it's like that will always be like the imprint. There'll always be an imprint.
Anyway, the mum said that she's willing to be his mom, which is
that's
so
fine.
Sweet.
I actually almost cried when she said that because that was so touching. Like
forget the dad.
Yeah, but like even though
it's
like,
still gonna affect
it's still
him,
and I was like, I really appreciate Bliss for like going to bat for him. I didn't expect that. Like I didn't know she'd be going at her. Like she was respectful, but at the same time she was like, you're about to play in my face, daddy. And I'm like, okay, Bliss. Come with daddy.
So you and mum divorced. So,
it's true, because that's what I'm gonna say. Like her dad's a hypocrite, talking about you don't know about you end up if you get together, the more likely to get divorced. Sir, you were with your wife for how long?
He was being
before
very
you guys
rude
divorced?
Because he was saying that she was making intelligence decision. It was very rude. I think
you know what it is, like you can know someone, like the example with the dad. God knows how many. Let's say they were together for 10 years. You knew Bliss's mum for 10 years and you guys still divorced. Does that mean
there's arranged marriages that they're still together now, they still work?
I think
it depends on the people.
I think with love you just can't really like, there's no time that can like tell you whether or not love is gonna last. Like clearly he felt love for the wife, and 10 years wasn't enough.
Love grows.
10 years wasn't enough to keep them together. So it's just like, why not just take a chance on love, like no matter the time. If it's a short while, then it's a short while. It's her life at the end of the day, and she can do what she wants. She can feel what she feels for anyone that she wants, and clearly she feels it for Zach. And it's just like at least trying to make the effort to like be there for your child. He didn't want to be there, he didn't want nothing to do with it. And it's just, I don't know, like he just comes across a very selfish person. Like, cause me, like I may not agree with my child's decision if they want
you have to accept it.
But like that's my child at the end of the day. If they want to do that,
like you said, she's 30 odd or so, you have to accept it. So I think for me as well though, like when Zach and Bliss, when they got together, I don't know, I think I was just reading Bliss, and obviously she's still upset, she's still hurt because she is the second choice, like whether she and I feel like Zach's job is to not make her feel like the second choice or the second best almost. Make her feel like the only one, the one and only one. And I feel like there's a way for them to work on that. But I don't know if I believe that their connection could take them to the altar, but we just gonna have to see.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if like they both said no, or like Bliss said no, and like they just carried on like dating after the altar. You know, I feel like that would make it better, because I think they just need more time, because like that sting of like rejection of like you picking someone else over me.
It's too fresh.
Yeah.
And someone like Arena, no offense but offense.
No offense, because Arena, she was not that girl. Like, she was never that girl. Like, talking about she forgot your birthday, bro. She even told you she forgot your birthday, and you still picked her.
Yeah.
For me, if someone told me they forgot my birthday after I explicitly told them what my birthday is, I would see it as a red flag. Because it's like, if you really like me, like, why would you forget my birthday? That's crazy to me, because even me, I'm forgetful as a mother sucker, but I would write it down. I would literally put it in my calendar.
And after the pods,
yeah,
the 14th.
I would have already written it down.
Yeah.
Because like I know I forget things, so I would have written it down and made sure to remember.
Especially with this is the time frame that we are in the pods. Like, you're talking to people every day.
They have notebooks. Like, that's not, like, she's weird. Like, that's how, for me, I think from that moment I already knew this girl don't like you like that. Like, so why
is bad vibes.
I feel like she's just competing with Bliss, like, for Zach's affection. And then when she saw Zach in person, she was just like, ooh. She hated that. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm more open to like Bliss being with him, because at the end of the day, you know, the person you end up with, it's not guaranteed that you're not his second choice. Not that I'm saying like, but like,
you shouldn't be you should never be treated
no,
like
I'm not saying that, but like, just
no,
like,
I know that, but I'm like, even if you are, the person should make you that.
Yeah, you know, like, he may have loved someone before you, and like that's really likely that he may have loved someone before you, and that person may at one point he thought they were the love of his life, and then he met you, and now you're the love. You know, no,
better not say that, though.
Of course, I don't want
for your own safety.
Tiffany and Brett. You know, with Tiffany and Brett, there's just a mystery around them, the two of them. I feel like they're intentionally keeping things to themselves. Yeah. Like, we are not getting the full picture, because it's just, one, we don't know them enough.
There's just so much that I'm like, what is going on? Yeah.
One, we don't know them enough. Two, there's just certain,
they don't have as much screen time as the other people.
I think it's because there's not much to use from them. Because I feel like if there was something to use, they would have been used like alone. And I think if Tiff like talks about the drama with her mum, because her mum hates her. Like, I'm so sorry.
She's so
like,
rude to
her.
Her mum
talking about,
say, oh, I never thought this would happen for you.
Like, it was so random as well. Like,
and you have to go on TV, so you have to be like.
I remember like, what the fuck? Like, I was thinking like, if my mum said that to me, I would never say that to me. But like, if my mum said that to me, like, I'd be pissed off. Like, why would you say that to me? So you, like, my mum be praying for me. Like, my mum's a Nigerian woman. She'd be praying for me. Like, so you're telling me you want praying for me for this day to come? Yeah. Essentially, that's what you're trying to say. But I think
she already feels away because she's 36.
Yeah.
And she already feels like, man,
I don't need that reminder.
Yeah, this is the time that I need.
Her mum was always reminding her, like,
yeah, like,
you're never gonna get a man if you do that.
Time.
You're never gonna get a man if
when you get married. We're not gonna have grandkids.
You ain't have no grandkids.
Like, I think so. For me, I feel like I could really identify with Tiffany in the pods, because I said if I was
in part.
Not the sleeping part, but if I was in Love Is Blind, I feel like for me it takes a lot for me to, like, in general, like, trust people and open up to people. But I felt like Tiffany was doing it to her detriment, in which, like, she was Brett is a talker. And he was almost using her as like a therapist, and she was like, you know, I just want to be there for you, I just want to care for you. And
that's why I was really skeptical about them for a while, because it's like, can you be there for her?
Without her, and she herself was not opening up to him. I don't know why. I mean, it's something she's not used to.
Right?
Yeah, and I feel like in that kind of dynamic of a relationship, it's at some point you're gonna feel drained, and that's why she felt. Let's be real, that's why she fell asleep, because she was listening. Yeah, she may have been listening, but Brett talks a lot.
But and it's like when she fell asleep. She fell asleep because she was tired.
She was. I feel like that's part of the reason, because it's like, think about, every day the guy's talking about himself.
Yeah, that's quite
He's talking about, and you're just there listening and being
I feel like when, like with Tiffany, I don't know if like you know, them ones where it's like you're not used to like opening up, so you just never do it. You know, I think she just like never, you know, maybe she just never experienced this, so she just doesn't feel comfortable doing it.
But I don't know, I just felt iffy with that, because for me it felt like Brett was not being there for her, you know. Fair enough, she also wasn't giving him that maybe trust of her emotions, but I felt like Brett wasn't being there for her in a sense of wanting, because I feel like as well when he tells people what he likes about her, it's all about what she does for him. And I think for me, when someone asks you what you like about this person, it should be about who kind, this person is. More like, yes, of course you can say the things but it's always, or for Brett, it's always like, she makes me a better man, she does this for me, and that's very kind of me, and that's, I feel like, and
then she's very him.
Yeah, and that's, so she's like, she builds him up, and she gives and gives, and I think that is to her detriment, and I think that I don't know, I think maybe behind the scenes we see her give more, but
I don't know, but I feel like them two, they're very private, like, you're on a reality TV show, but you're not showing us the reality. And I feel like
we might see it later.
I hope so. With Tiffany, especially with her mum, I know she has issues with her mum. I want her to talk about that, you know, because like the most she was just like, is this the wedding planning, like what about
and then Brett was like external factors, and I was just like, external factors, when he said that bit was a bit, you know,
remember he said,
yeah, he was saying how he doesn't like the fact that she's emotional right now, and the external factors.
He didn't say that. He said he didn't like the fact that she was emotional.
The way he worded it was weird. It was so weird. I remember watching it and just like,
he didn't say I don't like, no, but he probably said I don't like that you're going through
that
this.
She's feeling it.
He said emotional.
This was not to her. This was off screen. This was when he was speaking to the camera.
Yeah, he said that.
The fact that she's emotional now.
I feel like how he said it, well, he said it intentionally to be private.
Of course, but it was also a bit, it was worded very strangely.
Like they keep themselves to themselves, and I think because of that, it's like it's kind of hard to like gauge the level like of trust between a relationship, the level of like being able to be there for each other. Like it's really hard to gauge. We're doing the speculating, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, that was maybe not the right choice of words, but I feel like external factors sounds like,
yeah, we don't know what the external factors are.
Yeah, and she was crying because she's stressed about the wedding planning, and she did mention her mum briefly. Did she mention her mum?
Did she mention
her mum?
Yeah, she did mention.
Yeah, she mentioned it very briefly, and that isn't.
I don't know. I think there were just certain moments, even when like Brett's dad was speaking and Brett's face, and I was just analysing his, like, I don't know. There's something going on that we don't know, and we will never know. I guess till the reunion.
It's just open up to us.
I mean, they no, it's fine.
Did.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, for our podcast. You know, if you want to give us tea.
Why they give us the tea?
I don't know. They probably wouldn't.
No, they should.
It's none of our business.
Open up on a reality TV show so I can watch you guys. God damn, I've been watching you. So just give me the tea.
No, they won't give us the tea.
Giving me the tea.
So Marshall and Jackie. Jackie, this season's villain. We thought Irina would be the villain. Jackie,
I didn't think Irina
is the villain of this season.
Jackie is crazy.
You know, people were saying they like Jackie. I think from the pods, I was just giving her side eye.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Oh,
from the pods, I was giving her side eye because I was like, there's something.
I think everyone.
I hadn't seen too much, but I don't know.
I think everyone was giving her side eye, but it's just the fact that like they got an explanation of, oh, she's going after her dad with cancer.
Oh, when I saw that, I was just like, okay, I understand her more, but it doesn't excuse her rudeness.
Yeah. I think she she didn't seem to be able to take accountability in the pods, blaming Josh for whatever the hell. And
the same Josh that she said she had no emotional connection with.
Yeah, and then she was bitching about Chelsea.
The girl she could have.
She was like two-faced. Like she was saying one thing to Chelsea and then like another behind her back. I didn't like that. And sure, with Micah it was funny, he ha ha. But like with Chelsea, I think at the time I was still like, Chelsea's an innocent girl. Like why was that? You know. But like she just didn't seem to be consistent. The thing is about
her being two-faced in that moment. There was no need. Yeah. It was unnecessary.
Yeah. And I think even Tiffany, like she was like just kind of like not agreeing, but like
you just be silent.
She was just nodding.
Silence would have sufficed, but she opened her mouth.
She liked to talk too much. I think with Jackie, she's just like she's very immature. Like how old is she?
I don't know, but she's very immature emotionally too, specifically emotionally, and I'm glad that she identified that I'm not emotionally, I think she said emotionally ready or something like that.
Jackie loves that, you know, toxic masculinity. Like, she loves that, like, hard,
not showing emotion.
You know, not showing emotion, hard,
crying.
probably
She doesn't like the crying.
Probably strangling you during the doo-doo. Like, okay. But if that's what she like, then that's what she like. But like, there's a time and a place for that, and I feel like in Love Is Blind, especially right now, I feel like in very beginning stages, I feel like that's the most important stage of like the whole thing almost, because that's where you have to build the foundation of your relationship, your communication, because you're gonna have you learning each other, da, da, da. But I feel like she just didn't like him as a person at all. She didn't want him to cry.
I feel like it was easier for her to hide in the pods too.
Yeah.
From the emotions, because it's like, it's a barrier physically, and also she could just go off to her own thing. But Marshall being in her face with his emotional self in her face, and his crying in her face, and the reality of them, it was too much for her.
And it's like, I feel like, you know, I used to be like really like, ugh, I don't want a man who cries. But obviously now I think that's stupid, because it's like everyone cries, you know. And I think with
Jackie?
No.
Marshall?
Like, he was his true self.
Yeah.
You know? And unfortunately, she didn't want him to be his true self. She wanted him to be someone he was not. Not I'm saying that he couldn't do X, Y, and Z in the bedroom. He probably could, you know, later on down the line. But I feel like she almost didn't care about, like, maybe what he was comfortable with.
And the thing is, you know what as well? Because he said to her, can you give me examples later on? And she's like, I don't really want to give examples. But my thing is, if you want like someone to do something with you sexually, yeah, and they're like, okay, I need examples of what you want, and Marshall's that kind of person to be like, tell me what you want, and she didn't say anything.
I think at that point she didn't want to.
Yeah, at that point, yeah, but
she done his ass. So
yeah, I guess at that point he was already done. But it's like, I think if even like when it comes to sex, like talking about, okay, this is something that I want, and I want this because there needs to be that kind of intimacy of talking, and I don't know, I think the way she said it, I mean obviously we weren't there,
it was just an excuse, sorry,
but she said like she wants someone to be aggressive, more man.
She said that it'd be a real man,
it'd be a real man, and that's not a way to say it. Like,
that's a real man.
Like it could have been like, you know, baby,
you know
when you know, it really makes me feel like, you know,
like, I feel like, but like at the same time we're saying that she could have, woulda, should have, but like the girl didn't want to be with him.
Yeah, that's fine.
First moment she got there, she never
fine.
wanted him. The fact that apparently she's been talking to Josh from the very as soon as they came out of the pods, she was never in it, and I think that's quite sad, you know, because she really robbed Marshall of that experience.
It was just a waste of time. She just wanted that kind of reality show, like she wanted
clout,
there.
and it's just like, not that this is bad, but I hope she's happy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
like Marshall said, good luck.
I hope you're happy.
Good luck with his eyes around.
You will not. Good luck. Be seeing me around. Marshall was like, you won't be seeing me around. How?
And she kept the ring. She took that ring.
The hoe was silent. She's actually so shameless. Like, the only reason why I would keep a ring is because I'm broke. And you know, if I'm broke, then what's the point of shame? Like, I'm broke.
And she, you know, when she was talking to Josh and she was like, but I guess Marshall, and he's like, I don't care. And she was like, I don't care. And I was like,
I guess Marshall what?
She was like, Josh was like to her, I mean, Marshall should know, or something like that, or why didn't you tell Marshall? And she was like, I don't care. And I was like, oh.
So interesting, because I think she's just very much me, myself, and I.
She's not ready to get married. She shouldn't have come on the show in the first place. But anyway, she came on the show.
Really sad.
We're gonna see her at the reunion.
I feel bad for Marshall. I low-key kind of want Marshall to have known about it, so like, I just feel less bad for him.
Yeah.
You know, but like, unfortunately, like, she really did this man dirty, like, for no reason as well. Like,
honestly,
for no reason.
Even if we like, no, yeah, he was just.
And like, she didn't have to go in like the way she was talking to him.
She didn't.
Talking about, what did she say? I saw Josh.
Yeah, I just saw
I'm
Josh.
attracted to him sexually. The way I was never attracted to you. Ooh. And I kissed him too. Like, I don't know if she said that. Imagine, like, I want to see like the full unedited version. Because imagine she said
and I
more.
kissed him.
Yeah, and I sat on his face.
I feel like that's something she would do.
I would be surprised. You know what she wanted? She wanted that toxic
And that's literally exactly what Marshall
you know
said.
That you hurt me.
You
I
want that
hurt
toxic kind of shouting at each other.
Because
like,
you know what's interesting? Her being like, oh, you're not man enough. Yeah. And then like obviously he left. And then him being like your project. I feel like that's what she wanted. She wanted the
she's like, you know what she was like, just love me. Just love me.
Yeah, anybody trying to love that.
She's like, I think she definitely took advantage of his, you know, kindness, his emotion.
You know what? I'm even wondering.
Emotional.
I hope he walks. Emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope Marshall walks away from this and like. Do you think like he could be like, oh, why was I attracted to someone like that? Because I feel like he did say like whether or not he thinks he means it, he did say she was a project.
I mean,
like,
his siblings did kind of say like you are someone that is a hopeless romantic, and I think
does he think he can save her?
Yeah, he likes the idea of like, you know, I'm there for her, feeling needed. I feel like feeling needed.
By him like saving her, it kind of like it equates to his worth.
Yeah.
Like if like it means he's worthy because he's saved her. He
feels needed. I think that's definitely what she fulfilled.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to like work on like, you know, trying to complete someone. Like bro, like you are fine on your own. She needs to complete herself, and you need to complete yourself, and then you come together like, and you just be in a relationship. You don't need to do X, Y, and Z in order to like prove your worthiness. Like you remember in the pods, you went on to Josh and like did some like hoo ha ha with Josh, like rubbish, embarrassing by the way. Like I was cringing out when I watched that, and after that he just felt like a man. Like, oh, I proved that, and she was like, oh, thank you so much, Josh, for doing that. Thank you so much. What's his name again?
Marshall.
Thank you so much, Marshall, for doing that for me. Like I really needed that. Like listen, like we're talking about like why did you need to do that? It was not necessary, but it's like because she wanted it, he did it. And it's just, he was definitely a lapdog for her, and it's just really sad. I hope he walks away from this recognizing like, I guess, his attachment styles and how it can be manipulated in certain relationships. And in this relationship it was manipulated. Like he did everything she wanted and he got nothing in return, unfortunately. But I'm glad though, it has to be a moment where it's just like,
I'm glad they didn't go to the altar.
Of course, yeah.
I'm glad that she, you know, at least stopped it before the altar. I
feel like if she didn't, he still would have carried on despite how
they would have gone there. Yeah.
I think maybe, I hope he walks away from this like recognizing that.
You know what was so sad? The way they edited it, when he was trying on his tux and he was like, you know, she makes me feel like I'm flying.
Why are you laughing? You're evil.
This is so bad. I shouldn't be laughing. She's like, she makes me feel like I'm flying, and then Brett was like, How would you tell me if say that wasn't me in the scenario? You
just like trying on a wedding dress.
Would you let me finish my monologue?
No.
Would you let me finish my monologue?
What, are you trying on a dress? Are you wearing a dress?
Well, he was about to try it on. He's like, you know,
you're about to try it on.
It just makes me feel like I'm flying.
Let's get to the toilet quickly.
Yeah, okay.
I need to tell you something. Come on. Your man ain't your man.
Who's he with
you? He ain't your man. Let's go home. We go home, guys. See you later. I'm so sad.
Yeah, that was really sad. They're very bad for editing.
I would have to like, let's go to the toilet first, and like I'll tell you in the toilets, and then you cry whatever if you want to cry. And then after we're done, we can leave. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I get Uber. I'll break the back.
Bust the windows, guys, come.
That's not my vibe.
That's not my vibe.
I hire people.
My alter ego is, oh, you got Hitman. Yeah. Oh, you got connection.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, shout out to you. Thanks so much, guys, for watching the video. If you made it to the end, that's a bit mad, you know.
Thank you.
We
will see you again.
More love,
more prosperity, more happy.
Use our discount code STAR245.
For what?
For more life and more food.
Happy Easter.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching so much, guys. See you next time.
And watch me over until